Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a new moon in Leo reading for my dearest Aries. Now Aries, the new moon in Leo is not until the 4th of August, but we have entered into Leo season, and I just wanted to see what energy and messages and guidance were going to come through for you for Leo season. So if you like these messages, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also, if you're after a private reading, I do have those links down below in the description box. Also, you'll notice my setup is a little bit different. I have relocated down to the Caribbean for a bit, so just bear with me as I find my rhythm and my flow with readings. And your patience and understanding is so appreciated. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for your highest and greatest good. Okay, so we have discernment. Okay. Some of you really in your head space. Ooh, we have faith. Ooh, beautiful. And we have attraction. So Aries, you are protected here, number 44 with attraction. But I also feel like you are attracting, calling in exactly what you've been waiting for. Now this is kind of weird because I did just do the Libra reading and there were some strong elements of pregnancy and fertility in that reading. So you may want to check that out if you're called to do so. But if not, that's completely okay. But I can't help but see this very pregnant, very Mother Earthy energy here. Number 31 also breaking down to a 4. So pay attention to that number sequence 444. It's probably going to start showing up for you with frequency throughout Leo season. I feel like there's this energy of like trying to balance head over heart, or, you know, keeping faith, but also being very critical, using critical thinking, being aware, being prepared, but also having faith. So it's about like striking a balance here for sure, Aries. What I do know is that you're protected and you are attracting something that you've been wanting for quite some time. And it means really big changes for you. So some of my Aries, it may be a pregnancy. You may be finding out that you or your partner is going to be, you know, is pregnant. But it doesn't have to be literal. I mean, it certainly can be you've been growing something, you've been nurturing something, and you've been trying to find balance to bring this to fruition. And it's going to be a big transformation for you. So it could be like working for yourself. It could be something you've been studying for. It could be a new house or home. It could be a new relationship. I mean, it could be so many different things, but what it definitely is change. Definitely change. All right, so for my Aries, let's see. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries, please. Yeah, something here. You may have been resisting it, or you may have felt like this change wasn't happening quickly enough with the Scorpio energy in reverse, death and rebirth. I do also feel like you're letting go of certain, you know, you're going to have to let go of that old version of yourself to step onto this new timeline, and also to, you know, to maneuver these changes. I feel like whatever this is, it's going to mark, it's going to mark a major life change for my Aries. And it also means a new version of yourself. Now, it doesn't mean that who you are and what you've learned is going away, or you're not going to rely on the lessons that you've learned and the wisdom that you've gained through what you've experienced, but I feel like this is a new you. I really do. I feel like this is a new you. And we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you, you're lineage breakers. Okay, so meaning that you may not have been handed down generational wealth, but you're certainly creating it. Some of you, what has been passed down to you may have seemed unfair. So it could be lack. It could be an energy of lack. I kind of just get my Aries, some of you, you're going to be the first one in your family to, you know, fill in the blanks, right? Go to college, be a millionaire, live in a different country, you know, whatever it might be. But I also feel like you're realizing there are certain things that have been passed down to you, Aries, or that you've learned that you may need to let go of. Now, it's not saying that all of you were raised by bad people or that everything that you were taught was wrong or bad. But I feel like my Aries are having a little bit of a breakthrough. And it's definitely this like mature look at the things that you were taught to believe, or you were in some case led to believe, whether it was by parents or society, whether it was in school, whatever it is. You're realizing that maybe I have to be a bit more discerning. Maybe that doesn't really work for me. And it's not, maybe doesn't work within my narrative. It doesn't work within my life. So I feel like you're definitely going against the grain here. I definitely feel like you're definitely relying on this Leo energy. Sorry, not relying. You're getting a burst of energy from this Leo energy, but it's innate within Aries to do things new, to do things different, and to have strength and courage. So it's like really amplified for you to like branch out on your own, to do your own thing here. And you're protected in doing it. It is going to be big change here, but it feels beautiful. It feels like at the same time it's exactly what you need to be doing. Yeah, and there's going to be conflict. There's going to be conflict with change. I mean, change always represents a conflict in the sense that we have to let something go, right? If you're becoming a parent, you have to let go of the single life, right? It's no longer just thinking about you or you and your partner. It's now the most important thing is your child. It may not be that, right? It might be you're starting to work for yourself, so you might have to kiss weekends goodbye for a little bit, you know, or the 8-hour workday goodbye for a bit. I mean, I'm not saying it's all bad, but you know, sometimes when you work for yourself, you realize that you're a really tough boss, right? But I also feel some people may be triggered by this, and it could be family members, it could be friends. I mean, maybe you were running with a pack, and you may have been running with people that maybe didn't prioritize success or the same values that you have. Maybe it's your health. You know, maybe you're breaking away from people that don't take good care of themselves, right? Maybe they drink and party a lot. Maybe they don't prioritize, you know, healthy living, things like that. Some of you, you're kicking addictions too. But I do see that there's a little bit of conflict, but don't worry, Aries, it's a 5 of Wands conflict, which is not major arcana. It's kind of like growing pains. There may be some people that feel jealous or maybe even want to compete with you. So especially Aries, for those of you that are like going through a bit of a glow up, you know, you might have people that start to feel jealous of the changes that you've made. Beware, be prepared even for some backhanded compliments, maybe from people who are close to you. But the best thing is to let the water roll off of this duck's back, right? And we see the 7 of Pentacles energy in reverse. You are ending something, but simultaneously you're bringing in balance here, okay? So I feel like it's going to require that the balance that you have is using critical thinking and discernment, but also having faith. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know, I just kind of keep getting this like war between science and religion, right? Not that we're going to go into it or anything like that, but, you know, it's that being discerning, you know, using empirical facts, and then also having faith for what, you know, maybe science can't explain, right? I don't know if that makes sense. It's just something that's come to me. It came to me earlier on in the reading and I just kind of ignored it. Now it's coming back. So, all right, with the Death and Rebirth card, it's definitely, there's something here it's time to let go of, something. Because you're seeing things differently. You've been through some sort of an awakening, but you've been holding back because I feel maybe you fear what you might lose by letting go of whatever this is. So I've used this analogy before. But any of you who have ever, I had alcoholics in my family, for example. And when they quit drinking, they always told me they lost a lot of friends. Like they lost almost all of their friends because all of their friends were drinking buddies, right? And then you get to really see who like really cares about you and who doesn't. Now, that's just an analogy, okay? But I do feel some of my Aries, it fits perfectly into what's going on here in this reading, because you've been through some sort of an awakening. You're starting to see things differently. You're starting to connect the dots in a different way, and you're probably seeing through the 3D matrix And you're recognizing that some of the values that you had, or that your group, your friends, or your family had, maybe don't necessarily work for you anymore. But I also feel like you may have been dimming your light or holding back because, and I don't want to say fear, because I know my Aries are fearless, so I don't want you to get the wrong impression. But out of fear of losing, of maybe losing relationships, losing certain people. But I feel with this Leo season, it's becoming inevitable that you have to be your authentic self. And the right people, the people that are meant to be in your life, they're going to accept that. And there are going to be some people that won't. And for others of you, you know, there could be jealousy tied into these changes that you're making, because when you decide to glow up, Aries, whether it's physically, whether it's financially, whatever it is, it's triggering for people because they want to be able to, they wish they could do the same thing. And so it's more of a reflection of where they feel inept or inadequate. 10 of Pentacles in reverse tells me that you may be on a little bit of a solo journey here for a little bit. I do see you breaking away, possibly from some values that you were raised with. Again, I'm not saying that all of you came from bad families or all the family values that you were raised with were bad. But for some of you, you're like, yeah, that doesn't actually work for me. Like when I apply this to my life or my work, my passion, my relationships, it doesn't give me the outcome that I want, right? And so with the High Priestess energy in reverse, I feel like you are really stepping into your authentic self here, Aries. And it's kind of like you just don't give a damn. Yes, I did hear Rhett Butler at the end of Gone with the Wind. You know, when the very last line, I think is, you know, Scarlett, I just don't give a damn, right? And I kind of feel like for a lot of you, you're kind of this way too. Like you just kind of don't give a damn anymore if people are okay with you making this change or breaking away, breaking out of the mold. Yeah, and 3 of Pentacles. There's something here that's not compatible with you anymore, Aries. It's not compatible for your success, your well-being, your happiness, your balance. And Leo season here is like really like showing it to you, but it's also really giving you the strength and courage to just say, I'm doing it. This is what I need to do, and I need to do it for me. And everybody else can just, you know, F right off if they don't like it. Sorry for my language here, Aries. My goodness. All right, so we see the 5 of Wands. So there is going to be some conflict, and there may be some growing pains with these changes. But the worst is over with the 9 of Swords in reverse, and healing is going to take place. And this is also a reminder to be very kind, loving, caring, and compassionate with yourself, Aries, as you do go through these changes. Because this is big. This is really big. And we see the 5 of Swords, and this is why maybe even I was swearing a bit in this reading, because this is being about unapologetic about doing what you need to do for you, Aries. 5 of Swords. That's what it means. Not always, but definitely in this reading, the 5 of Swords, he's picked up all those swords, and there's some people that are a little bit sore or a little bit angry or a little bit hurt or feeling a little defeated behind him. But guess what? He can no longer worry about how other people are feeling, because this is something he needs to do for himself or herself. All right, I hope that's clear. I know I'm getting really animated, but I feel like it's the energy of this reading. It's quite incredible. All right, let's see. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries when it comes to work, career, or finances. Education. You may need to take a class or do research to find a better position, or you may find yourself writing a book or teaching others. Yeah, Aries, you're the student who has become the teacher, and some people are not going to like that. I don't know why I have to keep telling you that. Some of you, you know, people are going to be like, why are you going to school? You might come from a family that nobody has gone to school, all right? And like I'm telling you right now, some people are going to champion you and be on your side, and other people are not, because they're going to be triggered by you doing what either they couldn't or they didn't do. So some of you, it is about going back to school. Some of you, it's about whatever this new journey is. I'm seeing you surrounding yourself with books and, you know, watching YouTube videos and things like that. Star power, boom, there it is. I didn't doubt it. You need engaging work that will let your talents shine. You are a natural actor and influencer. You attract fame and fortune. And look at that. That's what you're attracting, fame and fortune. Some of you, you're going to be in like the newspaper. Okay, like I just got that. Like I know that's like really old school, like who reads the newspaper? But But you know what I mean? Like somebody's, you're going to be in an article. You're going to be on like the newspaper. You're going to be the front page of a magazine type energy. And some of you might be like, if you might be leaving like a small town, making it big. Maybe you're a musician, you're an artist. This is your path. This is your journey. And we get offerings. You will be offered a new position or investment opportunity. Think about it and research it carefully before accepting. So use that discernment. But I do feel like it's going to be major wish fulfillment there with that have faith card. And it's going to bring you change. I can't remember. I think it must have been, it may have even been the Leo reading that I did. I can't remember. But this has come out. Maybe it was Aquarius. I don't remember. But that this is like, you might need an agent. Like this, there's an offer coming in where you might not know how to handle it necessarily all on your own. And that's okay. Don't be afraid to ask for help, Aries, because this is big. There's a big offer, a big change. And for some of you, maybe it's like, okay, I need to consult with my doctor, you know, because this is uncharted territory. You know, but it feels good. It feels really good. And remember, when people are triggered, like people are not triggered by mediocrity, right? Usually, I mean, unless you have to like work with someone who's mediocre or something like that, or you feel your partner, you know, then that can be triggering. But in general, like if you have haters, that means you're doing something pretty amazing. It's a good problem to have, provided you don't internalize it. Yeah, when it comes to love, frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. Okay, so you could have felt like, for some of you, maybe you felt like inadequate in love or relationships, or maybe you felt like you were calling in inadequate partners. So there could be some sort of, I feel like this is possibly some sort of reconciliation for my Aries in love, but I don't see it as like reconciliation as in coming together. I'm seeing it as healing and closure. Some of you may friend zone someone. Some of my Aries, you might be friend zoned, but guess what? I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. Let it be, let them go. Let them go. Because this person or this situation may have been karmic in nature, or there was a block or a restraint, and there's a reason for it, because you're meant to break free and move on to bigger and better things. So I know that's not exactly the message that my Aries want to hear when it comes to love, but I actually feel like there's going to be some beautiful closure here for you on a difficult chapter in your life. I also feel like you're going to be very supported by your friends, or at least you're going to know exactly who your friends are, the people who support you. And I feel like you're breaking free of addiction, right? With this addiction card, there's something here that was holding you back, weighing you down, and I feel like you're going to break free of it. And anybody who made you feel like you weren't good enough, this change that you're enacting in your life, Aries, is going to just obliterate that. Okay? So let's see. Final messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries, please. Messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries, please. Walk in stillness. There's no choice to make right now. Just be still. You don't always need to join in or jump into action. Okay? So yeah, be discerning, be still, and stand your ground. See, this is powerful. This is like warrior energy, Aries. That's what I got from the Five of Swords. That's what I was getting in other places in your reading. Hold your own power and never give it away. Not everyone is there to support you. And you're going to know who's there to support you and who isn't, Aries. Okay? And I hate to end the reading on a slightly negative vibe, but the unseen. Things are not always as they appear. Be thorough and keep your eyes open. There's something you're not seeing. There's something you're not seeing. Yeah, so maybe that is where you have to be a bit discerning. But I also feel like Spirit's saying, you've got this star power. So don't, so be discerning, expect to have haters. It's a good problem to have, but just have your wits about you, okay? Now we're gonna end this reading, Aries, with an angel number and a mantra. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries. An angel number and a mantra for Leo season. 999. Your mantra is, I am unique. So say it to yourself. I am unique. You are. You're a lineage breaker. You're very different than the people around you, Aries. Your family members or your friends, your coworkers. There's something special about you. All right? Thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs so you can make the best of the life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. Drop the mic. Seriously, Aries, drop the mic. Thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs so you can make the best of the life that is still waiting to be fulfilled only by you. Aries, I'm going to leave it there. If these messages resonate, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the description box for ways you can get a private reading, or if you like the cards I'm using, or if you want to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Love and light, my dear Aries. Take care.